Welcome back on Into 27 News. Joining me now is Mr. David Banks, one of the candidates for the Topeka City Council District 4 seat. So, Mr. Banks, I just want to get started this morning by giving you kind of an opportunity to share your experience. You know, what makes you qualified for this City Council seat?
Well, Katie, thanks for having me. I know it's early for both of us, but I am really pleased to be here. I think my experiences that qualifies me for this position is in 1980, I moved here from Chicago. And when I got settled in, I was an athlete, Washburn University basketball player.
Hey, go Bods.
And I started out as a Big Brothers Big Sisters program working with families. I liked that so much, I wanted to continue to do things. So every opportunity I got, I looked at chances to work with young men in basketball to share some of my experiences. I also worked for our Topeka Fire Department for 28 plus years and started out, of course, as a firefighter, moved up a little bit, became the public education person. So that gave me many opportunities to work with families and other businesses in the community. So I did that, and I'm currently the vice president of the NIA, Highland Acres NIA. So my whole career here in Topeka has been working with families. And I think the greatest qualification of all, Katie, is that I live in the heart of District 4. So I get to see and live all of the things that my constituents are concerned about. So I think that qualifies me about as much as anything could.
Yeah, and so you mentioned you're in the heart.
Yes.
You are right there on the ground, feet on the ground there. So what issues are you seeing that are, important to your platform that you want to speak about this morning? Well,
most of all, affecting not just my community or my district, but the whole city is the unsheltered. We really need to be, as a whole, as a city as a whole, we need to be focused on what we can do to either reduce the number or give some transition to where the unsheltered can have a comfortable life and maybe become productive. Other things are community safety, certainly is an issue. A lot of taxpayers talk about taxes, being taxed out, and most of them are elderly people. As I go through the community door knocking, many of them are saying that we're taxing them out of their comfortable or their life as they know it.
Okay, and so, as far as benefits though, we tend to really focus on the negative here on the news, but as things that are going positive, things that you're want to see, continue on, and initiatives that you support, what are those this morning?
Well, we have recently gotten a couple of new businesses in District 4, one being the Milk and Honey, Chipotle, and some of the things that I would like to see. Of course, we have a vacant California crossing. All of our neighbors and constituents are talking about what can we do to improve that area. I think there are some things, I have some ideas. I don't know if I should share them right now, but I have some ideas that I think would certainly give our constituents a better way of life. When we start talking about development, of course we want our city to grow and be economically efficient, but we can't have a bunch of empty buildings in an area, any area, where people are coming through and seeing it as not being an attractive area where we can bring our businesses here.
And lastly here, speaking directly to those voters this morning, what would you say to them?
I would say to our voters, elect me as your council person for District 4, and you'll have a person that's accountable. I also like to say I'll be transparent and certainly work your voice through our community and especially to our governing body. I think it's important as a candidate, as a representative, to certainly make sure that your voice can be heard.
All right, Mr. Banks, thank you so much for giving us your time this morning and for getting out here so early. We appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you, Katie, for having me.